Thank you. I want to get back to that breaking news we're following this morning. Brittney Griner's wife saying her family is about to be whole again. She spoke moments ago alongside the president and vice president.
Now, joining us with the latest on this breaking news right now is Fox correspondent Lucas Tomlinson. He is live at the White House. Good morning to you, Lucas. Let's get right down to this. Do we know when President Biden made this deal with Russia, and was it last night?
The deal was made in the last few days, I'm told, and President Biden announced today that it was the UAE that helped facilitate it. Historically, Switzerland has been the neutral arbiter, a place where the planes would land. You'd have that, prisoner exchange across the ramp. This was now done in the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. Now, it's notable that Secretary of State Tony Blinken was just in the region attending the World Cup. Of course, UAE and Qatar are very close to one another. It's not clear right now if that's where this deal was solidified.
Okay. Lucas, we know that she's safe, the president said, and on a plane. Do we know when we are expecting her to get back to the U.S.?
President Biden said sometime in the next 24 hours. It's not clear exactly when that would happen. Of course, Andrews Air Force Base would be the most likely place. Brittney Griner's wife, as we heard from this morning here at the White House, is already here. So you'd think that would be the easiest place. You'd also have the cameras there to capture what would be a very joyous reunion after nearly 10 months of being detained in Russia. Remember, Brittney Griner was just sentenced to 9 years hard labor at a Russian penal colony about 300 miles southeast of Moscow. That's hard labor. That's splitting rocks. It's very painful.
Everyone's happy to hear that she is coming back, but the name Paul Whelan has definitely come up. A lot of people were hoping he would be part of the prisoner swap as well. What do you know about what's next for him?
President Biden was clear that he wanted Paul Whelan, the American and former Marine who's also been detained in Russia, actually longer. He was detained back in 2018 on espionage charges. President Biden made it clear in his remarks he was hoping Whelan would be part of this prisoner swap, but he said the Russians are treating this differently, no doubt alluding to this espionage charge. So perhaps a future exchange will be in the works, maybe a more spy versus spy.
And what do we know exactly about Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout? Is he an actual threat to the U.S. at this point?
Well, that's what the Justice Department said back in 2011. Eric Holder said that as much when he was convicted to 25 years after trying to supply 30,000 Kalashnikovs, AK-47s, tons of C4 plastic explosives, and 800 surface-to-air missiles to a known terrorist group in Colombia to try to kill American soldiers. Of course, you have the CIA, DEA working down there during the war on drugs down in Colombia. So the Justice Department sure thought he was a big threat. He was serving 25 years. Fox, we first got wind of this exchange last night on a tip that some plainclothed U.S. Marshals were seen moving Bout and thought that this was in the works. Of course, this is what Russia has wanted. They've wanted Bout for a long time. And here in Washington at the White House, there was talk, is this too much? Is this a fair trade? But of course, there's a lot of pressure to bring Brittney Griner home, not only here in Washington, of course, across the country and in the NBA and WNBA.
Well, Lucas, as you mentioned, so many people looking forward to when she steps off that plane. No one more so than her wife. Thanks for your report this morning.